Hyundai just dropped its first ever three-row electric SUV, and it might already be the best in its class, let alone one of the most family-friendly in the market. Today, we're checking out the 2026 IONIQ 9 SEL all-wheel drive. This is Hyundai's bold step into the full-size EV SUV market. With its sleek looks, impressive range, and true three-row practicality, let's dive in and see what makes it truly special. Starting off, this is the SEL all-wheel drive trim, one of the most well-balanced options in its lineup. It starts around 67,000 and it offers an impressive estimated range of up to 320 miles on a full charge. And for a fully electric three-row SUV, that price is actually competitive. When you compare it to things like the Rivian R1S, the Tesla Model X, or even the Volvo EX90. Now let's talk about the exterior, because this thing is sleek. I do love how Hyundai keeps their styling similar to their ICE models. The IONIQ 9 has a bold modern shape with clean lines and a futuristic design. For an SUV, I also love the distinctiveness. That front end is so smooth, and I love how cohesive the front end is. It just blends so seamlessly. Up front, you get Hyundai's signature pixel lighting, and that pixel design is carried all throughout the other IONIQ models, but feels even more refined here. Hyundai calls these the eyebrows, and they will always be body colored, but that black part isn't always the same. So on higher body trims, you will also see that body colored, but I really do like the look. Depending on the trim, you'll find wheels ranging from 20 to 22 inches, and right here we're looking at the 20-inch wheels. Over on the side, you'll see the black line that slowly curves up, and I love that look. I feel like it just adds to its already sharp design. You'll also notice its long 122-inch wheelbase that not only helps give it a stable, planted feel, but also helps create a spacious interior and smooth ride. One thing I really like is that it looks like it tapers down on the roof back there, but when you're inside, it doesn't feel like that at all. When we take a look at the back, this is where I think the styling really shines. I know some people are iffy about that flat back look, but I love it. And I love the pixelated accents that run all the way down the sides and to the top of the liftgate. This IONIQ comes with a 303 horsepower dual motor, while it offers a single motor rear wheel drive with 215 horsepower, and there's a 422 horsepower performance all-wheel drive setup. On this 303 horsepower dual motor SEL, the 0 to 60 is about 5.2 seconds, with an approximate full battery range of about 320 miles. All the models will get a 110.3 kilowatt per hour battery pack, and that's about 10% more than you'll get on the EV9's larger battery pack. And with DC fast charging, you'll be able to go from 10% to 80% in just 24 minutes, all thanks to its 800-volt architecture. And all the IONIQ 9s will come with an NACS charge port standard, giving it access to most Tesla supercharging networks. Check out the flush, recessed door handles, super sleek, and you'll also find unique IONIQ styling details on the door handles and the door sills. Now, let's go take a look inside. As unique as the exterior design is on the IONIQ 9, things are definitely a little more familiar if you've been in any of the recent Hyundai models here. I love the style on that minimalist steering wheel with all your controls easily accessible, blending style and functionality. And with no transmission tunnel, you'll have this console here, right in the front, giving you plenty of storage options. And you also get the upgraded 15-watt wireless charging pad right here. The gear selector is a twist-style setup for drive and reverse, and with a simple push button for park. And let me know what you think about the key fob. You have your mode selector here on the middle console, along with great parking cameras and a digital rear view. One of the coolest tech features in this vehicle is the 100-watt USB charging system, and that's total power shared across all ports. So even if I'm charging my MacBook in one, someone else can still power up a phone or a tablet in another. It gives you a lot of flexibility, whether you're working on the go or just keeping the kids' devices charged. The USB port placement is also spot on. You've got ports up front, one on the back of each front seat to keep wires off the floor, and two more in the third row for the back passengers. This screen setup is similar to what you'll find in the Santa Fe, with a pair of 12.3-inch displays that are very responsive, one for the instrument cluster and one for the infotainment. And I also like how the IONIQ 9 keeps the climate controls separate, positioned just below the screen, unlike the EV9, which integrates them into the upper display. I just think the Ioniq 9 has a great mix of touchscreen controls and physical buttons. Taking a quick look at the door, you'll notice the soft touch materials and perforated detailing. There's a good amount of storage built in and a premium Bose speaker system that delivers great sound quality. And touching on the seats, they really are comfortable. These front bucket seats are heated, ventilated, and they are top notch. I've been sitting in them longer than I should, but for testing purposes, of course. Moving on to the second row, this is where the Ioniq 9 really shines as a family-friendly EV. It comes with a bench seat, making it easily accessible for families. You'll find lower latch anchors on the outer seats and tether anchors across the bench seat, making car seat installation a breeze. You also get overhead ceiling vents, which is a big win in my opinion, especially for keeping little ones comfortable in the car seats. You're also going to get rear climate controls, your heated seat button, a storage cubby, and even access to the reverse console from the second row, which is super convenient. Right by the USB ports, there's a rear seat movement button that allows second row passengers to adjust the seat in front of them. You also get door cup holders and additional cup holders in that middle seat as well. And the second row is on track, so it's much more flexible. And the seats are a 60-40 split. On the passenger side, you'll get that car seat tilt, which is nice, and you could easily get in and out of that third row with the push of a button. Now, let's talk about the third row. It's not the most spacious out there, but it's definitely not the worst either. One nice surprise is that it includes both lower anchors and tether anchors, something a lot of vehicles skip in the third row. It seats two people back here, which I actually prefer. It gives passengers more space and avoids cramming three across that third row. And like I mentioned earlier, there's no sacrifice in headspace thanks to that smart design. You'll also find ceiling vents back here, along with cup holders and USB ports for added comfort and convenience. And another thing I really appreciate is the size of the rear windows. They're large enough to make the space feel more open and just less confined. Now, let's go check out that trunk space. First off, just looking at it, you definitely have enough space for the groceries and such, and some small underfloor storage here. Another perk to having the bench seat versus the second row captain's chairs option is if you need a little more room. You can easily drop that third row and not worry about stuff sliding around. Whereas if you had the captain's chairs, you don't really have the seat backs to hold things in place as like a divider. So that wraps up our full look at the Hyundai Ioniq 9 SEL. Whether you're after style, comfort, or family-friendly features, this EV truly delivers. Be sure to like and subscribe so you don't miss out on our upcoming reviews. And drop a comment below to let us know what vehicle you want us to check out next.